We got a new shooting challenge for y'all. In this video, Brandon, our model, is gonna choose any location that we see here in Santa Ana, and I gotta figure out how to make it work. Let's get to it.
My name is Pi, and I'm one of the founders of Lynn and Jersa Photography and SLRLounge.com. We're teaming up with Adorama to bring you a new series of photography tutorials called Master Your Craft right here on Adorama TV. So let's dive in.
Okay, so I have a few different tools on me. I'm shooting on the Canon R5. I have a 7200, a wide angle in my backpack, and I have a bit of lighting. So just kind of depending on Brandon's vision for this, I'm gonna choose whatever tools will get me to, I hope, a reasonably good looking shot. I mean, I got Brandon, so that's going for me already, so that works. What's this? You like this spot? Yeah? Okay, okay. You got this? Brandon's kind of going with this vibe. I like it. I feel like he's making my life a little bit easy right now. So what I love about this is we have these really cool leading lines going into it. And whenever I'm going into a scene, I don't like to force things that aren't already there, and I like to kind of play into the location itself. So what we have here is great leading lines. We have a lot of symmetry. We have this background that we could potentially kind of blow out and make this bright point in the image. So I'm thinking of maybe shooting this natural light, just kind of depending on the balance between them, but I know for sure I want to be on a wide angle lens. So I'm gonna start there. Okay, I'm switching up to a Canon 15-35 right now. Any wide angle lens will do. Let's go ahead and look at the composition and see what we have here. So let me show you guys what I'm seeing over here. I'm currently at 15 millimeters. I like the way that this background is kind of brighter than everything else, right? It sort of leads us into Brandon. The thing is that I don't necessarily want to see that, the bright white spots of the background. I'm also noticing that Brandon's a bit dark. So what we're gonna do is, let's go ahead and bring our exposure to 1/200th. I'm at low ISO, or I'm at ISO 100 right now. I'm gonna bring this up to maybe f4 as well. So let's go aperture up to f4. Okay, and I might raise the ISO a little bit. Now, this is good. I'm gonna actually step in and see that I can kind of mostly block out. If I frame him right, I can kind of block out all the other junk in this shot, right? Meaning the background kind of blown out areas. But what might be more interesting is actually getting down low, and I might give Brandon kind of a pose that might look a little more cool in this kind of scene. So Brandon, I'm gonna have you actually come down, kind of 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. There you go. And then scoot right into the center. I'm still gonna stick with that centered up composition. Okay. And then, yeah, extend 1 foot kind of towards the camera. Okay, that to me looks pretty dang cool. We get this great leading lines of the bricks dropping into him. We have this cool highlight directly behind him. Everything is working for us. The one thing that's not working quite yet is just lighting. We need to put a little bit of light onto his face to kind of bring him out in the scene. Now I love the shadows of like everything, that like his clothing and everything. I like keeping all that in the shadow. So what I'm thinking of doing here, I've got my ambient light dialed in at 1/200, f4, and ISO 100. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the modify and add piece of this camp framework that we always use. And we're gonna go ahead and just add a flash. Okay, so I have here the Profoto A10. You guys can grab any standard flash head, it'd be totally enough power. We're working in a shaded scene. I'm popping on a grid because I really want to funnel that light forward. I don't want it to hit anything else in this scene where we have all this great shadow and stuff. Now, depending on where he's positioned, so right now he kind of flips sides. I'm gonna bring this actually over to this side. So we're kind of lighting right from where his face is positioned, okay? I'm gonna bring it maybe even a little bit more. And I'm really gonna work to get just a little tiny pop of light only on his face. So look at that right there. So I've dialed this down to 4 power right now. That's very low. I'll tell you the final settings in just a moment, but let's start there with the grid and just kind of see what we get. So, okay, right here. Okay, that little pop of light is nice. Let's see it. It looks really good. I think I want a little bit more light. And then Brandon, I'm gonna have you actually widen out just a little bit. There. Yes. Because I'm gonna use Brandon to kind of block out everything in that background. Okay, we're gonna add a bit of light to this. Let's go up 2 stops. Perfect. Yeah, that's cool, Brandon. I like that. Bring that arm, let it cross the body. Yes. And then bring the chin this way, and then eyes down the camera. Yep, just like that. Dude, I dig it. Let me power up the flash a little bit more. That's it. Okay, now notice how I'm getting a little bit of shadow on the other side of the wall, right? One of the easy ways to kind of fix that is just go ahead and turn off the flash for a shot. Take the exact same shot again without the flash, and we can easily blend the two in Photoshop. So basically we just have a plate shot, one with the light, one without the light, and now we can kind of easily make that blend and transition. So, all right, we gotta let our model have the final approval though. Brandon, what do you think?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so to summarize the process here, we stepped into the location, we kind of looked and saw, well, what we had was leading lines, bricks, and all these things dropping into this highlight point. So I'm immediately thinking wide angle lens. We place Brandon, we kind of get that first standing shot, but we notice it's not that interesting. And second, we're not really blocking out the background highlights. So we move the camera angle down low. We kind of give Brandon a pose that fits, kind of a squatting shot. And we go for a final composition down on the ground. We dial in the ambient light exposure. We get to that f4 spot around, I think it was f4, 1/200 of a second, and ISO 100. This is where we have good shadow. We have a lot of detail in the highlights and the bricks and everything, but we notice that Brandon's face is dark. We bring in our flash. We place a grid onto that flash so that the light doesn't spill anywhere else, or at least we control it the best we can. And it's currently set to around 7 power. So what does that mean? That's like 1/16 power essentially. Between 1/8 and 1/16 power on a standard flash is all the flash you need. And it's aimed directly at his face, coming top down a little bit. With that all set up, then we get to our final image. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd love for you to comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know any comments or questions you might have. And if you guys enjoy great videos, please subscribe to the Adorama TV channel. We have tons of great creators, lots of amazing education coming up daily. In the meantime, you guys can follow me at PyJirsa, and be sure to follow Brandon as well. We'll link him in the description below. Peace.